But if we begin to look beyond it and think about, hey, with this technology, a kid can come up with an idea, um, design an app, create an MVP, and have sales copy and a pitch deck and a website ready to go on an afternoon. When we look at it that way, it's like, is it cheating, or are we just not giving our kids enough to do with this technology in the first place? So that's a lot of the work that I do now on the AI side. Like, I go around training teachers how to not be afraid of this technology and to leverage it, not just to make their lives easier, but also to make sure that our kids are actually prepared for a world where corporations are going to use this technology to try and eradicate the need for human labor. So what are we doing as educators to make sure that our kids are prepared for that, for the world that they're actually going to face, not the world that we're comfortable with?
Miss D Boone, it's interesting, when you talk about what Winston's speaking on in terms of preparation. It seems like that's really a big part of all this. Asada is doing her thing, preparing kids for the future, educationally, and so is Winston. Everybody in here is doing some level of that. And in fact, I would almost argue that that they're not the educational system for our kids. We're the educational system for our kids. They might be a supplement, but we are the core. Um, what would you say in terms of what's happening right now with artificial intelligence and the lack of preparation? In fact, a couple of stats that might depress you is Goldman Sachs says 300 million jobs worldwide could be lost or degraded by artificial intelligence. Would you say, Miss Boone, that our community and our children are ready for what's around the corner when it comes to AI?
Well, right now we need to start helping our kids engage in AI because without without our voice, as they are building these tools, and if it's not built by us, they're going to sell us on the market in terms of our culture. We need to put our stories, our voices, our passion, our purpose in AI, so that just like what Mr. Roberts was talking about, teaching them how to use AI, create an app, and launch. It's about business. If we could get our kids used to becoming more aware about, hey, I could create a business, I could create an app, I could be productive in the community versus, oh, let's go out there and get a job. Now, while that is important, this opportunity is going to lead us in leaps and bounds. And I see how our kids can leverage this information, taking um, stories and books from our past using AI and start to develop their own ideas, their own strategies, their own sources of income using AI.
Hmm. So, Ms. Asada, in terms of the big picture, the job loss and I think what's really to be expected, in my opinion, is I think that generally based on history and what we tend to believe is going to happen to Black people, we kind of I think some of us position it as, okay, this big thing is going to come and we know our people are going to get body slammed by it because that's almost like what some of us expect, right? Some of our people will be ahead of the curve. Some of y'all know what's going on. A lot of people do, but it does it almost seem like sometimes we almost expect a big chunk of our community to not be prepared. And I wonder where we got this expectation from.